Hey everybody, once again, John Haynes from the Al and Ed's Autosound corporate offices, and we have another new product in front of me. We've had this for a couple weeks now. It's Pioneer's brand new AVIC-W8400NEX, and this is just an evolution of the AVIC series of products, but the added letter of the W, that will mean something to the smartphone users out there. So let's go ahead and get this box cracked open and take a look at the brand new AVIC-W8400NEX from Pioneer. Okay, we've got this guy unboxed here, and like all Pioneer products, this thing comes packed really well to protect it during shipping, all kinds of protective foam and stuff. And in the top of the box they always include their small parts. So we'll start off with the thing I talk about every single video, which is your owner's manual and your warranty. So make sure you read this. They also have a quick start guide here if you want to get on the road right away with this, and you can stuff that owner's manual in your glove box if you want, but do get your warranty registered and send it in to Pioneer. That's important to do. So that's that. We have power harness for hooking it up to power in your vehicle. And then we got a bunch of other harnesses. So this one here is your RCA type harness that's going to handle all your audio out, video in, video out. Two auxiliary harnesses, one for a standard 1/8 inch aux in, one for USB, extensions there. And this is embedded navigation, so it needs a GPS antenna, so we have one of those too. And a microphone to handle the Bluetooth connectivity, and also if you're doing CarPlay or Android Auto. And lastly, the small parts here, wireless remote control included with this piece also. Now this piece is steering wheel control ready, so if you have factory steering wheel controls on your car, with the use of any of the aftermarket modules that Al and Ed sells and installs, you'll be able to retain your factory steering wheel controls to run the AVIC-W8400NEX. So, like recent Pioneer products, this NEX is a dual function receiver. It can either be Pioneer stuff, or you can switch it over and do smartphone connected stuff like CarPlay or Android Auto. So we're going to talk about the Pioneer stuff first, and then we'll crash into that, because remember I told you that W means something. So Pioneer's top of the line, 7-inch capacitive touch WVGA monitor, 800 by 400 lines of resolution, and a real nice sharp display. You can color match this to virtually any car on the road. It has 5 different colors for the display that you can choose from, and 112 button colors. So between the combination of those two, you should be able to match this up with any vehicle, so it looks really factory. They also include some hard buttons on the bottom. That's nice because you know, instead of having to source a menu or use a touchscreen all the time for simple operations, this gives you a simple way to do you know, sources or volume. So it gives you a nice assortment of hard buttons on the bottom. So the unit has embedded GPS navigation, as I said. That handles navigation for North America, which is going to be the United States of America, all 50 states, as well as Canada, Mexico, and Puerto Rico. So you've got good coverage of wherever you're going to be driving your car. You're going to get good mapping with the GPS that's built into this radio. And that GPS is, of course, updatable anytime you need to. Once a year they usually offer updates. Quite frankly, if there's no changes where you go, you usually don't have to do them, but you can always do your updates. iPhone control, Android Auto based, Android phone based control. Also has Bluetooth hands-free and audio streaming capability, Sirius XM radio capability. So you need an optional tuner for that, and they're still free. So you pay $70 for the tuner, and then they'll send you a prepaid Visa card for $70 that pays you back for the tuner. So the tuner is actually free, and that gives you Sirius XM, HD radio built in, and you've got all kinds of other inputs, SD card slot, DVD player, of course. This piece motorizes down to take a DVD, as well as USB, aux in, all kinds of different ways to play audio and or video in this unit here. Besides that, it has all kinds of app capabilities for Pandora, you know, and different apps that you can use to play music. So it's really well-rounded radio as far as your ability to source music and enjoy it in the car. So a new feature that's come out this year with a couple models, but it's kind of cool, is it has a dedicated input for a rear camera, safety camera, but also has a secondary camera input, because a lot of people are asking to put cameras on the front of their cars as well, so they don't bump into things in front of their car. But you can also use that if you have a truck, for example, for a bed camera, or maybe even a trailer hitch camera. So that's really up to you. But it does have two camera inputs, not just one. So you can add two cameras to this unit, which is kind of nice. So basically what you have here then is iPhone, Bluetooth, HD, Sirius satellite radio, GPS navigation, and that's all built into this radio. Well, what if you have a smartphone and you want to use your smartphone features like Apple CarPlay or Android Auto? It's a menu selection. You make that selection, and if you have an iPhone, then you will be able to run full Apple CarPlay, exactly like you have seen it on all the OEs and different radios. Or if you have an Android-based phone, you can plug that phone in and run Android Auto, which is similar to Apple CarPlay, uses different apps. So that will give you your text messages. You can have text-to-speech and speech-to-text. Also gives you the ability to talk on your phone. It gives you the ability to navigate using either Apple Maps or Google Maps, depending if it's CarPlay or Android Auto. And also will give you the ability to play music and use that whole Apple CarPlay or Android Auto experience. So you have a choice. You can use one or the other, which is kind of nice. Some of the other models on the market are dedicated one way or the other. These Pioneer AVIC units give you a choice either way. Okay, so what about this W that we keep talking about? Well, it stands for wireless. So this unit can run Apple CarPlay either plugged into the phone, or you can throw your phone in your pocket, or your briefcase, or purse, or glove box, or console, and it will run Apple CarPlay wirelessly. And so no cables, no connections. It'll just run from your Apple iPhone and do the Apple CarPlay right on the head unit without plugging in at all. It will also run Android Auto wirelessly. And the only qualifier there is you have to have a phone that's compatible with wireless Android Auto. And right now that's limited really just to the Google phones. So if you have a Galaxy or one of the other Android-based smartphones, they do not work wirelessly. You still have to plug those in. But there is a handful of the Android phones today that will operate wirelessly. And if you own one of those phones, then you will also be able to use your phone without plugging in and still run Android Auto. So, pretty new radio from Pioneer. It has nice audio qualities. You've got front rear sub pre-outs, and they're all high voltage pre-outs. So if you're adding amplifiers, you've got a nice strong signal coming to the amps. That's for good audio quality, and all kinds of functions for EQ and sound shaping that are built into the unit itself. So really, really nice unit, the AVIC-W8400NEX, and a retail price on it, $1,200. And these are available at any and all Al and Ed's Autosound locations, and you can get more information on our website, which is al-eds.com. So AVIC-W wireless 8400NEX, so that's embedded Pioneer stuff, or Apple CarPlay, or Android Auto, depending on the phone of your choice, and wireless connections for both of those. And again, $1199.99. So thanks once again for watching one of our videos. We do appreciate it, and you guys have a great day.